Hi guys, welcome to WSR Project Controls. This channel is going to be a sharing of my best practices and all the things that I've learned so far in my career as a project controls guy. Hope you guys enjoy this and learn from this. Let's start. Okay, what I'm showing you right now is a very basic form of progress visual report. You'll have here your Gantt chart or your bar chart, your S-curves. The gray is your plan, the blue is your actual. At the bottom here, you'll have your histogram together with the S-curves as well. For the fields, let me zoom in a bit. For the fields, we have the activity ID, activity name, category. It indicates whether it's planned or actual, duration in terms of days, start and your finish, and your resource column. So for the purpose of this report, we will be using manpower, but you can use cost or whatever type of resource that you want to monitor. It really is dependent upon what you need. Once again, uh, once you get the hang of this, then you can customize it to anything that you like or that you want. The datas here that I'm presenting to you guys are random datas. It basically doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So I just want to talk about the start and finish. So my start and finish dates are dependent on the duration, meaning that if I change the duration, the date changes. So I'll give you an example. If I change the tree, then it switched from 5th to 6th of January. Yeah, you can do it the other way around as well. Make the duration dependent on the dates. It's really up to what you want or where you're comfortable with. Yeah. Next is our Gantt chart. So the bars that you see here on the right, the coloring is achieved through conditional formatting, and the bars are made by using if formulas. If I click my function bar here at the top, you'll see that the formula is dependent on the date timeline, which is this one, your duration, start and finish, and your manpower. When I say formulated, what do I mean? Let me just click escape and zoom it out a bit so that you'll see. Alright, so when I say formulated, right, it means that the moment I change a certain field in the report, everything else changes. So if I change this 3 days to 5 days, we will see a shift in the Gantt chart and the S-curve. You see that? So this Gantt chart changed, the S-curve changed, and the histogram at the bottom changed as well. Now for the histogram. This graph here is dependent on the daily summation of resources here, which in turn is dependent on the distribution of your Gantt chart or your bar chart. The values of our daily summation of resources is achieved using the formula SUMIF. So if I click the formula bar here, you'll see that it is dependent on your category and your daily summation of resources or your daily distribution of resources. Yeah, let me just click escape. Then this daily summation of resources here is affecting your S-curve. Now for the S-curve. We need to define what an S-curve is and what's its purpose. Unfortunately, we won't be covering that here. So I guess you guys should pause your videos for a while and Google it. Definitely you'll get a lot of resources about it on the internet. Yeah. But in the most basic of essence, S-curve is a tool to measure your cumulative progress over time. Now, how do we compute this S-curve? We get the weightage of the step of the resources in percentage divided by the summation of the resources. Example, I have here a weightage tab. So example, your no. So example, your step number one, right? Your step number one is 11 manpower compared to the overall of 121. So if you sum this up, this is 121 in terms of plan. So what do? You divide 11 by 121, then you get a certain percentage, which is about 9%. Yeah. Then this 9% means that this step one is 9% of the overall of your schedule or your planning. So how does this go? if you repeat the process of dividing the individual resources over the overall resources, you will get this 11% for step 2, 11% for step 3, so on and so forth. Then totaling it, you'll get 100%. Then this these weightages, right? You need to distribute it along your timeline, which is what is happening here. So if I zoom in, right, you'll have here 0% on the first few days because you don't have anything, but then it'll gradually increase. So 15, 17, let me zoom in a bit, 20, 22, until it reaches 100%. So it's the same principle that you will do for your actual. Okay? Let's move on to the exercise. So like what I mentioned earlier, that we did the formulas using the if conditions, right? Okay, so now let's do the first condition. If our timeline is less than our start date, then 0, else 1. Let me just lock the timeline to row number 2 and the start date to column F. I'm pressing F4 by the way. Enter. Copy and yeah. So this is what we're expecting. Why? Because the first condition again is if it's less than 4th of January, then it's 0. If it's greater than or equal to 4th of January, then it's 1. So now, for us to lock it between 4th and 5th Jan, we need to create a second condition. So I'm gonna remove the 1 and create a second condition. If this timeline is greater than our finish, then it's gonna be 0, else it's 1. Let me just lock this to 4, no, to column G, and this one to row number 2. Alright, enter. Okay, let that guy correct it. Right, so now you see that the numbers are locked between 4th and 5th of January, which is what we want. Yeah. Then the next item is that we need to distribute this manpower between 4th and 5th. So how do we do that? Let me just open this. We need to replace the number 1 by 11 over the duration, manpower over duration. So it's going to be our this divided by this. Then let's lock it into column H and column E. There. Now your 11 is distributed between 4th and 5th, which is 5.5 and 5.5. Right. Now to color this, we go to conditional formatting. I'm going to highlight everything and go to conditional formatting, highlight cells that are greater than 0, and do a custom format for our fonts. I'm going to put it as black because our fill, I'm going to make it black as well. There. Right, so you see the bars that is inside 4th and 5th is blackened out, but we need the 0 to be invisible. So how to make the 0 invisible? You go to highlight cells, equal to 0, then we do a custom format. The fill, we're gonna make it as no color. The font, I'm gonna make it as white so that it will give us the invisible thing. There. Now, to do this, I'm just gonna have to copy all of these formulas up to January 17th, which is what we have here. Then I do it one by one on each of the step. There. Right? Then next step would be to do a sum if, so that we will summarize our manpower per day. Sum if our range is from this side to this side, Then our criteria is I just want to sum up all the plans. Then I lock it. Then sum range is from this to this. Then close the formula, enter. Now let me just do a proper lock. So for the range, I want to lock on this start of the cell until row 26. And for the sum range, I want it to be locked to row 2 and row 26. Right. Now if I copy this, there. So you see that it was able to sum up the manpower that you need each day. So for example, on the 4th of Jan and 5th of Jan, you need about 12 guys over that period. Then 4th, 5th, so on and so forth. Now for the weightage, we need to get the percentage of this daily manpower divided by the overall. It's the same process that we discussed earlier. So what do I do? This divided by sum of the overall manpower, which is from this side to that side. Then I lock it like that. So right now it's 0%. If I copy this over there, so there you have it. You'll have your daily weightage. Next step would be to get the cumulative daily weightage. So how are we going to do that? I'll just add the previous days to this, then copy there. Now we have 100%. This is what we're aiming for. This should be 100%. Next is we insert a line graph. Insert, then line graph here, then there. Now you have your S-curve. So you just have to modify this line graph or line chart. So yeah, that's the overall basic progress visual.